All right, thank you guys for joining. We are at It's Your Time to Shine virtual workshop. So obviously we're moving a lot of things virtual, a lot of things online. So we're super excited to have you guys here. I am going to record this so that anyone that's watching now, if you want to rewatch it, I'll throw it up on YouTube or my Facebook page. So feel free to watch for that. And like I said before, throw any questions in the chat, utilize the chat since we can't see your beautiful faces. We want to be able to hear from you. So utilize the chat and ask questions, say comments. If you like a product, if you've tried a product, if you haven't tried a product and want to, or you have a different technique, feel free to shoot in there and we'd love to answer any questions too. So I just want to introduce myself really quick and then I'll let Bree introduce herself. So my name is Jennie Fries. I'm the owner of Starstruck Artistry. We are a special occasion here, a makeup studio, which we're in right now. We go on location to do a lot of our bridal work, but we love to just help people with makeup and hair styling every day, all day long. We absolutely love it. That's our passion. And we work with a team of, it's going to be 10 artists starting in January, I guess, next year. And Bree is one of the makeup artists that's on our team. So I wanted to bring her in and showcase her. And she's going to share with you guys, because I'm sure you guys, a lot of you have heard from me before, and I don't know if you're getting sick of hearing from me, but I always like to bring in some new, fresh faces and really get some different tips and tricks, because everybody does things different and there's no right or wrong way to do anything. I feel like with makeup, when it comes to makeup, do what you feel comfortable with, but also jump out of your comfort zone a little bit and really try new things. But there's really no right or wrong way. And right now, I think is the perfect time to try new things, because we're not out and about as much. We're maybe doing these Zoom calls, but try new things. Try that new lipstick, try that new eyeshadow technique. So that's what we're here to really teach you guys tonight, is just going through kind of some diving into we're going to touch on pretty much all aspects of makeup application, even some skin prep. So I'm going to pass over to Bree and let her introduce herself a little bit as well.
Hello, I am Bree Quella. I am part of Quella Aesthetics at Wellness 360 with Sydney Hummel. I'm sure most of you are familiar with her. I'm a licensed esthetician, so I do mostly facials, waxing, body treatments, and makeup. I've always been passionate about that. Love this line, so that's why I'm here today with Jennie. That's pretty much.
That's awesome. So we all, most of the artists that work within Starstruck Artistry do use Motives Cosmetics or have implemented in some way. So that's a line that I fell in love with probably, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time. You've been working with it for a long time too, though.
Yes, I was a teen apprentice.
Yes. So she actually went through the apprentice program, which was awesome. It's anyone from, I believe, the age of 14 to 18, you go through and you're able to,
2 years.
That's awesome. So you're able to like build your clientele, retail some cosmetics, but then jump in and kind of work behind a professional in the industry. So it's a really cool way to get started. So that's really fun. And then she was able to expand from there once she turned 18 to build your business and then move into Wellness 360, which was awesome. So if you guys have not checked out Wellness 360, be sure to like them on Facebook as well. Sydney and I work super close, and she's one of my artists. And then of course, Bree. So we all work together, and they do a lot of services that I don't offer. So we work all hand in hand with a lot of different things. Like you do a lot of skin treatments and all that good stuff, which I could do if I wanted to, being a licensed cosmetologist, but it's not my passion. So I pass it over to the estheticians.
I love it. I love all of it.
So yeah, but tonight we're really going to talk about the line is Motives. So they've been around for a very long time, and it's a line that I fell in love with. And the biggest thing when people come to me and they go, what is the difference between Motives Cosmetics and other lines out there? And first of all, I love to say that with Motives Cosmetics, you get your own consultant. So you get someone that's going to work with you, whether it be me, Bree, Sydney, anyone that works along with the line. They're going to be your go-to. They're going to answer all your questions. You have questions about products, you're going to be able to go to that shop consultant and get those questions answered, get the right formulas, get the right colors for you. But then also, we are also a product brokerage company. So we don't manufacture any of our products. We work with dozens of manufacturers just in the beauty industry to get the perfect formulas on every single product. And that's why I can truly say Motives is all I carry in my studio and all I use. Yeah, because it's so good, because everything is done. There's science behind the skincare and the products and the makeup, and it's done so well. And everything is so professional and so high quality. So that's really why I use it. I know you guys do too. So Yes, I've got all this stuff here. Let me pop this down so this doesn't keep, there we go, beeping. So perfect. So hello, everybody jumping on. I see everybody. That's awesome. So that's a little bit behind the line itself. You're going to see them motives in the media. You're going to see them all over. Lauren Ridinger, if you have not checked her out, I know they're doing a whole corporate event tonight as well. So be sure to jump on there. They're always doing different stuff on Mondays and throughout the week. But follow Motives Cosmetics on Instagram. It's like that top growing cosmetic line in the industry right now. And on Instagram, it's huge. So be sure to check them out on social media and follow them. And you're going to see their following, and they're backed by a lot of celebrity makeup artists and celebrities in general. So be sure to check that out. A big thing behind what we do is education and the events like this. And although we can't be in person, helping everybody pick out the perfect shade, we can do things virtually, which is so nice to be able to move that over and help so many people around the world, really. It's been cool to see the outreach of the people that not only in Wisconsin where we are, but all throughout that I've gotten the chance to meet. So it's just a really cool thing. So I want to jump right in and touch on a couple skin prep pieces that we want to touch on before we dive into the makeup. And I know Bree can attest to this. She's an esthetician, knowing how important the skin prep is going into the makeup. So do you have anything you want to touch on right away? I know skincare is such a big part of what you do.
Well, your skincare is very important, especially for getting that perfect canvas for your makeup. Your makeup will apply on better if you have your good skin routine, have your skin prepped, clean, toned, have all of that. I feel like you should always be doing your skin routine before you put on any type of makeup.
Yeah, so it's super, super important. And the first thing I always like to do, and I feel like this is a piece that a lot of people will do in place of cleansing their skin, is use makeup remover, which isn't the best thing, but we want to use a makeup remover to remove the makeup and to remove dirt. But we also want to go in after that and cleanse. But what I love to do, I love to use the makeup remover, Motives makeup remover wipes. That's something I love. They've changed the formula multiple times, so they're very good for people with sensitive skin. Now that the formula is they've taken out all these different ingredients that no longer are, well for us. So they've really formalized it perfect. And I've heard from so many clients of mine that they're like, oh my gosh, this is the only makeup wipe where I can one makeup wipe and it takes everything off. So it's awesome. I love it. It's really gentle on the skin and it feels good. Your face doesn't feel sticky or residuey after, which I really like. And different things. I know I like to use also the eye makeup remover in the bottle for eyelashes.
Yes.
Because that with lash extensions, you have to be careful of what products you're using around the eye.
Yeah.
So the makeup remover in the bottle is a lot better for that as well. So the next thing I want to chat on a little bit is cleansing. So like I said, we want to remove all the makeup first. It's going to be the first step. If you're or your nighttime routine, you want to make sure you have a clean canvas to work on. So then the next thing you're going to do is go in with cleanser. And I love the Skintelligence line, and that's what the line I'm going to kind of talk about a little bit tonight. It's a botanical line. It's very affordable, and it has very wonderful high quality ingredients and very natural ingredients and very gentle ingredients. It's a really good line for almost any skin type. And when you're really, for somebody that really doesn't know where to go when it comes to skincare, this is a great place to start because it's affordable and it's easy to use.
And it does have that sample kit too.
Oh, it does. You're right.
Yeah.
So there is a travel size kit that you can get to try it out. I forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
That's the only line that does that.
Yes. So I like it. Do you want to hand me that little bottle there? I can kind of show them. So they come in little bottles like this, which is super awesome. I like these.
Get the feel of it.
Because I like to throw these in my makeup kit and I can refill this with the bigger, like I'll buy the bigger bottle and refill the smaller sizes. So I can keep it in my makeup kit. I know what it is because it's labeled and I just keep that container, but I love the little sample kit as well.
Do you want the regular size?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
This is just so this is the bigger size and this would become in the smaller. So you can kind of see the difference, but even these sizes are really affordable and they come in a kit as well. But the cleanser, what I like to say about cleanser is just make sure, for me, what I've learned is that you want to cleanse not once, but twice. You want to cleanse the first time to remove all the makeup. And definitely if you're not using a makeup remover, you want to make sure that makeup is off. Then you want to go in at another time and cleanse. And then that's when you really get deep and you're really cleaning those pores. And you really want to, dive in and scrub. And if you guys have listened to me before on actual skincare webinars and educational pieces, I talk a lot about that and a lot about how important cleansing is, and to really cleanse twice a day, in the morning and at night. But you want to be also careful of what products you're using and putting on your skin, because sometimes there's products out there that aren't good that you use twice a day, because it can actually strip your skin. With what I typically recommend, there's properties in there to help maintain your skin and help with the hydration and putting properties back into your skin so they don't get stripped and get almost worse than what you went before you started. The next step I like to do is tone the skin, and that's with this pH normalizer. I keep this in my makeup kit as well. So if you come to me, or Bree, I know Sydney uses it too, and come in and just for a makeup application, I'm going to prep your skin with a skin prep. And this is what I'm going to do.
Every application.
Yeah. So I'll use this and I'll spray it on their face. It's going to not only help the makeup last and stay on better, but it's going to set their pH to a normalize their pH to a normal pH level. So the makeup and the skin, it just looks better. It's glowy, it's fresh, it's beautiful. As well. And one of the things that I didn't realize was that when you wash your face or put water on it or put anything on it for that matter, your pH changes of your skin. So your skin cannot absorb products. So if you're going into skincare, you want to make sure you're toning, because anything you use, if you don't tone, anything you use after that, your skin won't absorb it as well. So of course you want, if you have serums and moisturizers and all that stuff, you want to make sure your skin's absorbing it to the best of its ability. So that toner is going to help out a lot with that. And that's why I really like using
something I actually like about this is that you can put it in your hair, you can put it all over your body after you shave, after you wax, helps with ingrowns.
So you use this for waxing too then?
Not always, but I do recommend it for home care.
Yes.
After.
Oh, awesome. That's a good tip. So this is like an all-in-one
I love
pH
it.
normalizer. And you guys, if you don't have to take notes or anything, because I will send everybody that registered an email with all the products that we used and tips and stuff after. So feel free to just relax. I should have said at the beginning, relax and enjoy, and I'll send you all the details after too. Put that over there. And then the last step in our skincare journey before we jump into the makeup is going to be moisturize. So we've removed the makeup, we've cleansed, we've toned, and now we're going to moisturize. Moisturizing is super important, and I'm just kind of sticking with the Skintelligence line. I love the Daily Moisture Enhancer. Definitely going into the winter months. It's a little bit more hydration, heavy duty. But you still can wear it underneath makeup.
It's still
I used
light
it.
And it's not too oily.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So great for under makeup.
Yes. And then I do feel though, even if you do have oilier skin and you tend to not use moisturizer, there are moisturizers that work well, that are oil-free. This is oil-free, but oil-free or matte moisturizers that go really well with people with oilier skin. I tend to have more oily skin. I use the Lumiere.
You still should be using moisturizer,
yes.
Even if you have oily skin.
Yes, I hear that so much. I have oily skin, I can't use it. Or I even hear that with like hair, and they're like, I can't use conditioner, I have fine hair. And it's just finding the right product.
Right.
It's not eliminating it. It's just finding the right product that works for your skin. And that's what's important too. So I'm gonna let Bree jump in and do some eye tips and tricks, because I know everybody's probably here for the eyes, because that's what I feel like everyone has questions on. But kind of what she does and what she does with her clients and what products she likes to use. So I'll let you kind of jump in. And
do you want to go on with the base?
It doesn't matter if you want me to. Yeah, I can.
I mean,
so the first thing I like to do is prep. So I love the Motives eye base. So it's just like this, if you can see. I've used a lot of different eye bases in the past, and some of them are very sticky.
Right, that one is very smooth.
And it's very smooth. It's so soft, so smooth. You could actually even wear it by itself. And I've had clients do that where they just want to even out their eye tone, the skin tone of their eye, and they just want to even that out and put it on, so they've used it by themselves, or they'll use it with a lighter color. I love it. I think it's a non-negotiable step when it comes to eye makeup. It's just something that people always, I guess what we're always going to come back to is people always ask me, I know they ask you
for sure,
we were just talking about this before we started. When you do my makeup, how does it last all day long? And it really truly is these priming, setting, and prepping your skin. That's what it really comes down to. And we'll dive into all of that. But it doesn't mean that you have to do every single step every single day. Just know that if you're going to a special event, if you really want your makeup to last from 8 in the morning till midnight, this is what you have to do. If you're going to work and you don't care that it doesn't last, there's certain things you could probably leave out. I don't do it all every single day either, but the eye base, I really feel like if you want your eyeshadow to stay on, not crease, even your skin tone of your eye, you want to use an eye base. And this one is really good because it's soft, creamy, and smooth.
I can definitely tell the difference when I don't use it versus when I do. It doesn't, obviously oily skin. I definitely need a primer. I need to prime everything because it creases.
Yeah.
It gets oily. So definitely.
Yes. So the next thing we're going to jump into is eyes. And this is one of my favorite palettes. I'll let you show yours because yours is way better looking than mine. It's pretty. So this is the Motives Maven's Element palette. What I love, I can let you talk. I'm talking too much probably.
You go.
What I love about this is not only are these shadows like super big size and it's a really super affordable palette. It's under $50, which is amazing. But the top tier of these shadows is all matte and the bottom is all like shimmery. So you get the best of both worlds. And it's literally everybody, any age can use this palette. Everybody loves it so much and it lasts forever. But this is one of my favorites. You can do so many looks with it. This is my go-to bridal palette. I mean, I have it on my eyes right now. It's my go-to. It's my favorite one. I don't know. What is your favorite look to do with this palette?
Honestly, this sparkly cream color, no matter what look I'm doing, if they want that shimmer lid, it's always this one. Totally my go-to, no matter what palette or color scheme that I'm going for. Oh my gosh, and the pigment shell. Would it show on camera?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Try it.
On me.
But the other thing when it comes to, oh, that looks so pretty. So the other thing when it comes to, and that's without an eye base. I don't know if you can see.
Can you tell?
No, you can't see with the lighting
Okay,
in here.
whatever.
But it looks so pretty. But the biggest thing when you're looking at eyeshadows, and I think that's something that I want to chat on a little bit, is when you're looking for different eyeshadows, there's so many out there. There's so many palettes. There's so many colors. There's so many brands. There's so much happening. The biggest thing I look for in an eyeshadow palette is that when you put that shadow on, you want it to show up. You want the pigment to be there. And when I say pigment, that means that there's color in there, that you'll see it, that's vibrant.
You don't have to use a lot of it.
Goes a long way. And the other big thing is when I apply, if you notice, we're kind of going in the order of how I would apply it. And I don't know about you, but I usually do eyes first. Do you?
I do the whole face first.
You do the whole face first. Everybody's a little bit different. So I do eyes first. But why she can do the base first is because these shadows do not have fallout.
No.
Like other shadows do. So one of the reasons, here's a good for you guys.
With the primer.
Yes, absolutely with the primer. But if you are having trouble with fallout, do your eyes first and then do your foundation after, because you can clean it up and then you don't have to worry about redoing your foundation. So that's a huge tip, to do your eyes first if you're having issues with that. But if you're not, and you have like a really awesome eyeshadow like Motives that isn't going to give you that fallout, on myself, I usually do my foundation first, but on clients, I'll do eyes.
Okay, do you know the term baking, when you put the powder like super thick under your eyes? So when you leave that there and then you do your eyeshadow, and if you do have any fallout, you just brush it off and it clears off completely. Okay. So, depending on the preference, if you do like to do your face first, definitely make sure you have that powder that you can wipe it away so it doesn't smear into your foundation and your powders on your face.
Do you do a lot of the baking under the eye?
I do. So I don't know if you have it here, but we do have that translucent powder.
Yes, I got it.
That I use a disposable sponge, and I really just pack it on there.
Okay, very cool. And that'll help with any creasing under the eye too, with concealer and stuff. Yeah.
So I put it on right away after I do any liquid concealer, foundation, anything, so that there's no creasing.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. I love it.
Love it.
Yes. So since we kind of chat about eyes, I'm going to jump into, do you want to hand me those two primers?
Oh yeah.
More priming and setting. And this is truly what it is, so important. And I've heard makeup artists say how they don't use primers, or people. And to me, I think it's a non-negotiable. I'm going to say that with everything. Everything's a non-negotiable, but
Yeah.
I just feel like prepping, priming, and setting is what's so important when you want that longevity, when you want it to last. And you know, you guys, seems like a lot of things we're covering, but if you can just take one or two pieces, every time I do an event like this, that's all I add. Like, just take one or two things that you find interesting and implement that into your daily routine. And then all of a sudden you can pick one or two more and implement that in. But I don't ever want to overwhelm people with too much. So this is obviously, if you're doing no makeup at all, pick one or two things and just start there. And we can definitely do like 5-minute eye looks and something really easy and quick. This is just, I thought this would cover all bases, and that's why we were doing this event tonight, but there's always different events happening. But I did want to jump into my 2 favorite primers and why it's so important to prime the skin. So this is the Complexion Perfection Face Primer, and then there's an Insta Smooth. So for me, I use both of these on most of my clients. And the reason why is because this Complexion Perfection, it's like a tongue twister, is going to be like a really silky smooth clear primer. It's going to be for mostly any skin type. If you do have oily, sometimes I'll use like a pore minimizing serum or something that's a little bit less heavy. This is very lightweight, but for some people it may just be a little bit too much, but rarely is that the case. This usually is good for almost everybody. So I put a little bit of this, and by a little bit I mean, I don't know,
you don't need a lot,
like a tiny, like a less than a pea size.
It's almost like the consistency of Vaseline.
Yeah, so I just shake it up a little bit, but like this would be like all you need, like a little dot, and it's super creamy. And that, I mean, maybe, I don't know, it depends on the face, but I think that would be enough. It just like is so silky soft. But I would just use about a pea size amount. You can put it all over your face. The nice thing about primers when you use them is you want them to go all over. So you want to like push them up and down and all around and get them all into those fine lines or into scarring, pores. You want it in there because it's going to plump up the skin and it's going to make the foundation go on so much clearer. Now that, I know I'm not watching the chat.
We're talking about the Gold Digger palette.
Oh, you guys are having your own conversation. I love this. That's why I love the chat so much. It makes it more interactive. The Insta Smooth
ask
here.
Questions. If you have
yes,
questions,
and I feel like
if you want us to expand more on a specific product.
Yes, so the Insta Smooth is what I actually like to use these back to back together, but the Insta Smooth is going to be really good for someone that maybe does have oilier skin, or you can use this for those really deeper fine lines or that scarring or the pores. So what I usually do is do the primer first, but then I'll go in and add this around like the eye area where there may be some crow's feet or wrinkles, maybe around if you have like smile lines because you smile a lot right here, and or on the forehead. And I'll actually push this into the skin with my finger and move it around and really get it in there. I have noticed such a big difference from this product when I do bridal parties, and definitely like mothers of the brides or grooms or grandmothers, because when I go to put on that foundation, it's going to slide so smoothly over the canvas that you've created, and it's not going to sink throughout the day. It's not going to sink into those fine lines or the scarring.
Any of those wrinkles.
It does. It's amazing because I've done it without it, and at first the makeup will look good, but throughout the day it may not stay looking or stay in the same spot. And so with this, it really does keep it just so silky smooth and soft and looks flawless all day long. So those are my 2, priming. I love it. I think it's so important to do. And it's just, I don't know, when you're wanting that longevity, you want to definitely add this step in. I'll let you jump into foundation. No, you can grab whatever foundation. I have like every foundation that we have. Okay. So I use 3 different kinds.
Familiar with the stick because that's newer.
Yes.
But definitely our liquid powder mineral foundation has sunscreen. I love it because it's easy to build your coverage. Also, it's very light on your face. You cannot feel it. I know an issue for a lot of people who come to see me is my face gonna feel cakey? Mm-hmm. The answer is no, it's not. It's very light. For the coverage, if you want a very natural light look, you can do that. You can easily build it up, do more layers. for a more high coverage look. So
I love that one. Yeah. I just feel like that was actually the one that I used on all my clients, believe it or not. And I could.
yes,
It was the one I went to all the time. And then I brought in the illuminating. Have you used the illuminating?
I have not.
Oh my gosh.
I
So
know.
the illuminating,
Slacking.
they actually look,
I
you'll
just love these so much.
I know.
I mean, that's actually the foundation is what made me fall in love with the whole line.
Oh,
Actually.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I fell in love with the mineral, but then the illuminating came out and I have little stars on there because then I know which one's which because they look the same on the outside. So they are different. They say what they are on the outside, but the illuminating is going to be really, really awesome for drier skin tone or drier skin. And it's going to give you more of that medium coverage, but you can get a fuller coverage if you add more. But it's going to be more dewy, more natural. It's really good for mature skin. More of the, I feel like it just goes on very smooth with if there is any more fine lines, wrinkles. But for more of the oilier, I do go with the liquid powder mineral foundation a little bit more so, but they're both really good options and you're really going to find that they both go on so effortlessly and smooth and they're very blendable. The next thing I do want to touch on is our new foundation sticks. Let me grab the other one. And these are my new favorite foundation. It's what I'm wearing right now. And you have the
I have
mineral powder one on. So you can
Yes.
tell, I mean, I have more oily skin, but I like dewier skin. So I'm
Can you
always
tell
looking
the-
like oily, but
Can
I
you tell
like
the
it.
difference?
I don't know, maybe a little
You're
bit.
glowing.
I
You're
have like
glowing.
highlighter everywhere on my face. I feel like I don't know. I love highlighter. But these are the new foundation sticks. If you guys did not see these being applied, did you watch Dan do my makeup?
No.
Oh my gosh, you have to see it. It's the
Oh
funniest
my
thing. So my
gosh.
fiance,
I have
now I can
to.
call my fiance because
Isn't
we're
that so
engaged.
exciting?
So he did my makeup last week, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago, and he could blend these. So if he can blend these, anybody can blend
Like
these.
butter.
It was hysterical, but they are super, super easy to use. And that's what I wanted to show is how easy they are and how blendable they are. You can all different shades. You can contour. The other really
Like
thing,
the cream contour.
yes, the other thing I love is that you can actually take a quiz on whoever invited you to watch this. Go to their Motive site and take the quiz because I did that for myself. Being a makeup artist, I wanted to see how right on it was. So I took the quiz and ordered the product that they recommended for me, and it was right on. So for clients that are all over the world, this is a great tool to be able to offer for makeup artists. But for me, I can send this to everybody, all my clients, in any state, any city, anywhere, and they can do it. And I can trust that they're going to get the right formula and foundation. And I love it. So they come in bundles of 4 to do highlighting and contouring and coverage, or they just come singly as well. But I love these. They're easy to use. One of my favorite things. So talking about contouring, I mean, cream contouring, I love.
I've always done powder.
Yes,
I
I did
want
too.
to try it out, especially with these.
So cream contour scared me a little bit, and I've used other cream contour products in the past, and I feel like when I would do it, people would be like, "Oh, you contoured your face," and I was like, "No, I don't want you to know I did that." You know what I mean? So I feel like it was very hard to blend some different products that I used in the past. Where these sticks are come in all different shades, and they are a lot easier to blend. And I can say that they are, so this one's a little bit darker if you can see the color there. And this one, I actually contoured my face and my nose and my forehead. I feel like you really can't tell too much. This light is making me really glow though. That's nice.
You're glowing. For sure.
But you really can't tell that I did that. So that's what I really like about it. But Bree's going to talk about powder contouring, which I do like. If you're new to contouring, that's definitely a good way to start because it's easier to blend and easier to apply. It's right there.
Oh,
Yep, sorry.
okay. I'm used to the other one. Okay. See, with the other one, I like that it does have the 2 different shades.
Yep.
So like in
so 2 different. So this is the Shaped and
Sculpt
Sculpt
just
Duo.
highlighter and the contour, but with the
I don't have it on me, but
so with that contour palette, it does have 2 shades, which that is what I use. I do like my contour. So I do start with the lighter shade and work up. So I will start right on your cheekbone and you want to blend everything up. You want to, I mean, if you want, I guess preference on your face shape.
Yeah.
So I have a big forehead. So I will blend I will blend down into my hairline. Okay. And then you can also do your nose. And I mean, basically you're slimming anything with contour. I'm all over the place. So I will start lighter and then I'll have the darker shade more on like the bottom and then blend that all out.
So would you use like a bronzer, like do like a contour darker color on like the cheekbone?
Yeah.
And
so
then
like
maybe do a bronzy.
like up a little bit more.
Yeah. And then a bronzer color a little bit over.
Yeah.
It.
Yes.
That's what I do kind of
sometimes. Yeah. So the bronzer is kind of like what I start with first because you want to kind of work yourself up. Okay. So you want to do the lighter first and then you're going to go ahead and bring the darker under it and blend that up.
Oh, nice. That's a good idea. I feel like I always do darker first. Maybe I should do lighter. See, I'm learning
sometimes
things.
I feel like, and then it's like, oh, too much. It's too dark. So then you want to do a little bit lighter.
That's
and
true.
Then you want to
because I always tell my clients, start light. You can always add more.
For sure. And
why do I not do that? I don't do that. I do more first, and then I'm like, well, now what do I do? Now I just got to go all out and do a whole thing.
I feel like I always do more of the bronzer than just the straight up contour because it is more my shade. It's not as dramatic. I'm feeling a little dramatic right now.
I like it though.
Thank you. But
you got to do more for the camera.
I know.
Yeah,
I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do feel, but like if you're new to contouring and you don't really know where to start, I would say like a powder contour palette would be a really good
and blending up is so important. Blending.
Yes, blending.
You don't want it to be obvious. You don't want to have a solid line. You just want it to look natural, really. You want it to look like you just have some nice cheekbones.
Yes, absolutely. So I do feel like it's usually easier to start with the powder than the cream, but I do feel like with, and one of my friends did just try another one of our, the Lumi sticks, the shady beach one, which is a little bit of a bronzy color, but it's a little bit lighter. So it's not super hard to work with, I guess, either, but I'm going to see how she likes that and see, maybe that's a good recommendation too. She's kind of my guinea pig on that to try. I've tried it and I love it, but I wanted to see for her if it would be a good fit as well. Highlighting, with this palette, and I know with the other one too, it comes with the darker and the lighter, which I love. But just kind of, you want to highlight anything, like where do you normally put the highlighter?
So I always do the tip of my nose. I do like this little triangle on my forehead, and then I do another right here under my eyes.
You do a little bit of the lighter.
Yeah.
Because you want to reflect. I feel like I always want to reflect the light under here because I feel like my eyes. I always want it brighter. You definitely
want it to be lighter under your eyes. For those bags. We're not sleeping.
Why aren't you sleeping?
I don't know.
American not sleeping?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
we just have bags.
I know.
Cover them.
I feel like no matter how much I sleep, they're just there all the time.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
So with blush, I feel like that's also a very important part with contouring. I blend it into my contour. So I do my whole cheekbone and I kind of blend it up, and then I do a little bit on my nose because I don't want to be too white. So I like to add that little color.
Because you're very fair skin.
Like it's not really obvious. I do a very light color, so it's very natural. It looks like I'm blushing.
Yeah.
I don't have a solid, a dark color. I feel like blush can be too much too fast.
Yes. And I feel like when I've done makeup, I always do very light blush on people and I can always add more. And there's been a few people that love blush and they're like, I love blush and want it. The key thing I always say when I tell people to put on blush, because there's all different face shapes, there's all different ways to put on blush. I just say smile and then put it on like your, like wherever you smile and there's like your
little ball
apples of your cheeks. You want to do that, but then I like to, like she said too, bring it back a little bit.
Yes, I blend it all in with it, so part of my contour basically.
And I don't know, I like a little bit. I just don't like when there's too much and it's too forward or too heavy.
So that's actually why I go very light. My go-to is the shade Naughty and Intriguing.
Yeah, so I'll kind of show these a little bit, but these are two really, this is like a matte version, rosy. Yeah, that's my old one. It lasts a long time, obviously. So this one's kind of a matte shade. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it.
So does this one.
Yeah, that one.
It's very light. Very light.
Very nice. I also loved, I threw a couple more on the list when I'll send those out, but Siesta, do you want to hand me those other ones there? So Siesta is a really nice neutral shade as well.
Ooh, I like
This one, that's one I have on Lust,
I like it.
which is similar.
It's
I
very similar to that
think
one.
it's similar to one of the NARS blushes,
Yeah.
I believe, which I didn't know until somebody told me that. But I have this one on right now. So this is the color I have on. It just kind of gives me like a nice light pink shade. The funny thing with me for blush, and I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but when I put on blush at first, I feel like it's a lot.
Really?
But then, so like I did this morning,
the pigment,
and I put it on and I was like, oh my gosh, I think I put too much on. But then all of a sudden, like, I don't know if it's like this product or just what, but then all of a sudden, like before you got here, I put on like, okay, I feel like it's a lot. But like right now, I don't feel like it doesn't look like a lot. So I feel like once I get it to kind of set in, I'll put a little highlighter over and it just kind of melts everything in.
For sure.
So I don't know.
But you have to be careful with some of them. The pigment is very strong.
Yes.
Which is great, but you just have to know that.
If you use, my mom did use that. So my mom changed over to, I recommended a Motives blush and she used it. She's like, oh my gosh. She was like rubbing the blush, the blush, and she's like putting on, she's like,
no, you don't need a lot.
Like literally tap it a little bit, just a little bit.
Yes.
You don't need a lot at all. There's so much pigment. The other thing I love to do, and this is a cool tip, because I was looking for like a really pretty pink shade for eyeshadow and I couldn't find the shade I wanted. I ended up using a blush.
Oh, yeah.
Use your blushes as eyeshadow.
Yes. Oh yeah.
There's so many. They last, they work just as well as eyeshadow, but they're going to give you kind of some different colors that maybe you wouldn't get out of eyeshadow sometimes. But I was looking for like a really pretty pink shade and I ended up just using a blush and it worked out perfect. So just using different products for different things. I love to do that. I use whatever I got on hand at home, for different things. So, but try out different things, try out different ways to use it. So those are some of my favorites. My other favorite highlighter is actually a blush, which is the Halo, which I have on right now, which I'm like glowing. I have a halo around me. But it's actually like a whitish cream color, but when you put it on, it almost has a gold hue. It looks nothing like this when you put it on. It has like a goldish hue to it, if you can kind of see a little bit.
Turn, give it the nice.
This way?
Yeah.
You see that? I don't know.
I can see it.
It looks like it, but it's actually a blush, but it does go on. I like to use a highlighter, so I put it right above my blush where I have the blush. I just put the highlighter there. I put on the bridge of my nose. Sometimes I'll put it up above here.
I do like
or
right my brow.
Oh, under the brow too. Yeah, I'll do that.
I do like the
right
upper
here
lip.
and right here. I do down here too. I like take the little highlighter brush and go up and down.
Yeah. I don't do it a lot. I like the whole like matte because I have such oily skin, so I keep it very.
I like to look like I just jumped out of a pool or something, or just
wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I love glowy, dewy skin, even though my skin's more oily. I just embracing my skin type, I guess. I don't know.
Great. That's all you should do.
We'll see. But
those are just the
cool. So I'm going to let Brie talk about eyebrows because her eyebrows look awesome. Mine look good, but like mine get out of hand and crazy. I have like Brooke Shield eyebrows. So
I'm not familiar
with Brooke Shield. I knew you were going to say that after I said that. I'm not that old. I'm sure everybody here knows who Brooke Shield is. So she's got like the eyebrows, like bushy eyebrows. So I don't know, but that's what mine do. So I feel like.
Do I know what I'm noticing?
What? That I need to get them waxed?
No, don't worry. I'm like, when you brush them up because it looks like they just need trim. Like that's why they feel like they might be bushy.
I can't brush them up right now because they stick up to here.
You see, that's what. Come see me.
I know. See, I got it. And I am the worst when it comes to getting my eyebrows done.
I use the brow kit.
The brow kit is my favorite.
Oh yes.
Used and abused. I should have had different years, but it's
like the wax part of it is gone, but
there's a little bit in there.
But I like the concept of it. I like the fact that it does have the powder and it does have the wax. So you have two different feels, two different looks.
Do you prefer a powder over?
So
like there's a lot of eyebrow. I feel like I get this question a lot. There's a lot of eyebrow products out there.
For sure.
Like pomades, gels.
Anastasia is very popular.
Like,
and I do like. Actually, I prefer this over Anastasia. I used to love Anastasia, like the pomade.
Yes.
Loved it. No, I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I don't
It
know.
also dries out very fast.
Oh.
So you have to keep putting like oils and things in it. So annoying. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's not
So what I do like about this one is that I feel like powder is more natural.
So it's like a little, there's a better picture of it for you guys.
The white color is like the wax.
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like if you're just using powder, it's a more natural look. And I feel like if you add the wax, it's a more pomade feel. So it's more a thicker, sharper look, if that does not make sense.
Yeah.
You know,
more precise.
Yes. So it's more sharp. So you can use the wax before you dip the powder or after. Whatever your preference, it works the same. I do like that there's a lighter and a darker shade. I have been able to use this on every client. It matches everyone.
Yes.
Which is crazy to me.
I do feel like though it does pull a little bit warmer, but I can use it on cool tones and it still looks good. But I can use it on redheads. Like I just did one of my friends and for her wedding, and she has red hair and it looked perfect on her eyebrows. But then I used it on the next person that walked in that had dark hair and it looked perfect. Or blonde hair and it looked perfect. Like it is truly universal.
I use the light shade like completely because I'm very blonde.
Oh, I use the dark one. I have the dark one on.
I use
even though I have blonde hair, I use my dark roots here. You can see my true color of what I am. It's not blonde, but my true colors are showing.
So with this kit, it does come with this little brush here. You want to?
Yeah, it's like an angled brush.
You don't have it in yours.
I don't, because I use an angled brush out of my thing, but it comes with a little brush.
What I do notice about that is it is a little thicker. I prefer to use like an angled either liner brush
or if you want to grab it out. Yeah, I love this though because like it's a one-stop shop for like your eyebrows. You get everything in one, and it lasts a very long time as well. But yeah, that's what I normally use, like an angled brush, which is what comes with it.
It's very thin, so it's more precise, and that is what I like. I like to do those strokes of hair, so it's not like a solid fake look. I really like it to look natural.
I do too.
And I like to kind of put in those hairs. So I do use both. I do use this kind of to show when you do kind of like the lines. So like I kind of shape with this. I shape it. And we'll do the top and the bottom. And then I will use the brush that comes in the kit to kind of fill it in because it's not as precise. So it's kind of like lighter.
How do you like, what would be your first step in like
my first step
filling it in? I feel like people had a lot of questions about eyebrows.
Okay. So I will go light first. Me, of course, light, but I will always do the light, and I will go ahead and go by the tail first, and I would get this shape right here because I feel like that is so important, is getting like the tail. So like matching the bottom. I call it, I'm sorry.
No, it's good.
So getting this tail, and then I will go like right up here. I don't go all the way up here, okay? So go here, and then I will get
like where your pupil would be, like in the middle?
Yes. Okay. So, because you don't ever want to go into the front. You want it to, I really rarely put product there at all.
Okay.
Because I want it to be very light and natural. So I will get that whole shape. So
mine
are
just
here.
Very hairy. So then I just put it, I just have to,
I'll wax
they're
you.
just there. Oh, I know I need to make
if anyone else has that problem.
I know I need to make
an
appointment.
Okay. So then I'll get this arch, okay? And then once I have that, I will go ahead and stroke in the hair and fill that all out. And then here I will go and make this kind of line, and I don't think it's making sense.
Yeah, it is. It's good. I'm learning stuff, so I'm sure other people.
Am I missing something?
No, I like that.
Because I will go and you want to bring that shape first, and then
I like starting at the kind of the middle, like going from like the middle to the outside first.
Like everyone's different. This is kind of how I teach people. Yeah. Because you do really want to get the shape before you.
And the thing is too, I feel like there's a lot of people that don't have like we both have like a lot of hair to work with in a natural.
I actually don't.
Oh, you don't. Oh, it looks like you do.
I know. So like my tail is it's very thin, very thin. So that's why it's very important to get the outer lines and that.
So I'm a little bit older than you, obviously, than my comment I made earlier. But what happens with people, me and my friends, we overplucked our eyebrows till there was like nothing left. Like they're like these little, so
it took a bit for me to train mine.
Okay. So, and there's ways, I mean, I grew mine back. There's ways, there's serums, there's ways to train them and help them.
Castor oil.
Yes, grow back. Cause I feel like that happens to a lot of us. But if you do not have that, where you need to kind of get that shape. This is like what I like to do to get the shape when I'm doing other people, or when I'm teaching other people, is to hold, like you could hold a brush, a pencil, whatever, straight up. And that's where you want it to start. So you don't want it to start too far over. Like you don't want it going too far or too far in. And then you can also take it and hold it this way, right along your nose. Like, and that's where you'll want to see it end. Hopefully where it goes. And then that arch, like we were saying, will be right almost where your pupil is when you look straight up. So right kind of in the middle, that'd be about right? Maybe a little bit further over.
I would feel like.
Can't see that close, the lights in mine. Yeah, I mean, right, mine kind of goes up right here on mine, but I don't know, do yours and see.
Okay, ready?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have exact measurements. I kind of just.
I know, but that's kind of where it doesn't have to be perfect.
I wish I could show each individual because everyone's eyebrows are very different.
Yes, but that's kind of like a nice first step. And kind of if you're having issues with eyebrows.
Does anyone have any questions with that? Did I not explain it the best?
I thought it was good. I just know that people always have issues with it. And the other thing to remember when it comes to eyebrows is eyebrows are sisters. They are not twins. I don't know who I heard that from somewhere, but they don't have to look exactly alike. Your face on both sides is different. It's going to be different. It's going to look different. It's not symmetrical. Each side of your face is different. So just remembering that too, that it doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously you want it to look pretty similar. You don't want them starting in different places, but they don't have to look exactly the same because they're not going to be, because your eyebrows are going to be different. Your eye shapes are going to be different a little bit slightly. So hopefully those are some good tips. If you have questions, just feel free to throw them in the chat and we can get to those as well. I'm gonna let you touch on eyeliner and some eyeliner tips, because I know brows and eyeliner are usually the questions I get the most.
Actually, when we start, so this is like the little tube. So I prefer this over, like a pen or a pencil, because I do. That one's almost done. No, it looks great. Like what do you use? Do you put like oils or anything in here, or is it just?
No, I spray a little bit.
Starting to dry out.
I spray the 10 years younger spray.
Really? Sisters, not twins. Yes. Because mine is starting to dry out because sanitation.
Because it lasts so long. I have an issue with it because that lasts literally like a long time.
I haven't had mine that long though.
Yeah,
I just want to know if there's like a trick. So if anyone else has this problem.
10 years younger spray.
Okay. Good to know.
Freshen it up.
So I do like to use, again, this is the same brush that I like to use for my eyebrows. I feel like liner is very important on the top of your lid, especially when you're doing false lashes. So when I get clients coming in for makeup, I'm always doing this liner. I'm not doing a big wing or anything. It's very minimal. It's very thin, but it's very noticeable. It's a big difference. Yes. I don't know how to really explain it.
So this is like a gel eyeliner. So I'm kind of on so it's Little Black Dress gel eyeliner. And I love that one to do on the upper lid. Yes. The other thing I've been really liking lately is actually a crayon. Really? Like a sharpening crayon.
Mm-hmm. I feel like that if you want it to be more of like a blended look, but this smudgy. Is for more Yes. But this is for more
like that precise.
Yes. Yes.
cat eye. If you like to do cat eyes, you like to bring it out. I did bring mine out. I use that today. Sorry, I'm starting to put, but I did bring it out a little bit on the corners here. I was having issues with my eye, doing like a cat eye eyeliner. I never felt like it was my strong suit, and I'd always have other artists help me out with that. But during quarantine, I told myself I was going to learn how to do it.
Yes, that's
and
awesome.
I did it almost every single day during quarantine because I wasn't going anywhere and I didn't care what it looked like, but I did it every single day till I got the hang of it. And now I feel like for the first time after how many years of makeup artist tree, I finally feel comfortable really doing those cat eyes. Not like super thick ones. I still like to keep them more natural. I'm not like a crazy super thick one or double wing or anything like that. But that's my tip for you guys. If there's anything at all that you feel uncomfortable with, that you don't feel like you're like doing the best you can do it every single day and practice.
Is so important.
And who cares if it's not perfect the first couple times? Just practice it. And I mean, a lot of us aren't going as many places and stuff now, so it's a perfect time, like I said, to practice.
Especially
and get
with
it done.
eyeliner. It's a very hard skill really to master. I mean, it took me a long time. I mean,
and I know this isn't something a lot of people recommend doing. I think find it easier, but I know it's not the best etiquette, but I actually will pull more taut. When you pull what they say, that could create more wrinkles and stuff. So I don't recommend it all the time, but if you're doing like a more precise line. The other thing is if you do pull it, sometimes it won't be exactly where you put it back. So you really have to go in and double check it. For me,
so it's your own face.
That's why I do it on my own face.
If you're doing it on someone else, because everyone's eye, That's
why I do it on my own. But yeah, so when obviously you guys probably won't be doing it on other people, but maybe not, who knows? But yeah, I just like to kind of like hold a finger, even if I'm not pulling, just hold it there and then like, I don't know why I feel like I need a sturdy hand there, but I like to use a gel there. It's blendable. It's easy to use. You can use that brush to get it.
I like the brush. I've never liked the pens or like those.
Yeah, I'll use the Luxe Precision pen once in a while. If you want it, the problem with the pens is that you have to work quickly. With the gel, you have a little more time to work. And that's what I think I like about it, because
it's buildable.
It is. And I feel like for me, I need that little extra time to work and make sure it's perfect before it dries. And once that dries, it stays in place really super well, but it gives you a little bit of that mobility and time to move it or adjust it if you need to, or add to it or take away whatever as well.
Sometimes I actually, when I'm doing someone's eyes, I will put powder over it because I don't want it to go onto their eyeshadow. They open their eyes and they're blinking and moving around.
I do that as well.
I definitely would recommend putting
powder. I use just like a black powder, like this one that's in the Element palette, this black one. It's like a Raven, I think it's called. But that one I really like to set I think that's what it is, to set the eyeshadow or the eyeliner as well for the longevity. But I do feel like I do have oily eyelids, so I like to set mine. But if you don't, if you have more drier skin, you should be okay.
Because I have used it on people's faces.
Yeah.
And like, ooh.
Or if they move too quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And especially if you're not doing it on yourself.
Yes.
So you can't really control that. So definitely with the powder. But I do get a lot of people who want a very natural look. They're not used to makeup. They don't like it. They don't wear it. So I really typically don't do a lot of wings. It's just very like a light line when I do lashes or even without, but it does add.
Do you do eyeliner first before you put on lashes or after?
I do it after because the lashes tend to cover it up, and then it was like a waste of time. And
I know I've done it both ways, and if people really want it very minimal, I know. I think we're still good though, because somebody commented after. So if you guys can't hear or see us, just let us know. But I think we should be good. But yeah, going into lashes. So if you're not using false lashes, which we could talk all day about applying false lashes, and I've done that. So we'll just talk about mascara today and the importance of that. And I really do feel like I personally, if I had to pick one product that I could only use, I think it would be mascara. Because I don't have I don't have eyelash extensions like you do.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
She came and I was like, are those your real eyelashes?
But they're very natural looking.
But I actually
which
get,
I like.
I do too. I know, because I couldn't tell.
Shout out to Sydney.
Yeah, they're good. But
I'm doing it now too, actually.
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting. I do
Not
the
to
classic. The classic.
Yes, I have not learned the volume yet.
No. I just, yeah.
I like the classic. It's very natural.
Is that what you have?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
So with volume, it's more like a fluffy look. So it's like rain.
It's dramatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you're a dramatic person, then that's for you, but not for me.
But for me,
it's fine.
I had eyelash extensions for a little bit, but I tend to wear a lot of eye makeup, so it wasn't like
you just
ideal.
have to make sure you're cleaning them. But that's
for
a whole
me,
nother,
yeah. So I love the Modus Fiber Lush mascara.
Yes.
It's my favorite mascara, and everybody always asks me like, "What mascara do you recommend?" This one. This is it all the time, every day, all the time.
For sure, I use this all the time, but now I'm sorry. Now I don't. So
on yourself,
but definitely,
yeah.
Yes.
I love it because it's a fiber mascara. It's made with nylon fibers, so it's going to be good for your eyes. You're not going to have a lot of that. There's not going to be any fallout, or it's not going to be on your eyes later in the day or on your cheeks later in the day or anything like that. It's going to stay in place. It's not waterproof, but it is water resistant. So it's going to stay on very, very well, but it's also going to be easy to remove at the end of the night, which I think is very important. I use this on all my bridal clients. Typically, sometimes I'll throw waterproof on, but I usually use
very
this.
Popular. I always ask her if they're a crier.
Yeah.
You know,
I've cried with this on and I don't feel
It's true. It's true.
Not a lot.
But it's very nice. The fibers here to your lashes to kind of give you some length, which is very nice.
And it's a one-step formula, which there's a lot of fiber mascaras that are
I like it.
two, and they're harder to work with.
Lots of fiber, and it's weird.
And the other thing I learned, which was very eye-opening to me, and a lot of products, as I was learning, different products, whether it be skincare, mascara, lip, whatever, but I've learned so much about different ingredients. And one of the ingredients when you hear fiber mascaras is that there's actually fiberglass in the mascaras, because a lot of other companies don't really care what they put into the products, and they don't care what's in them, and they're not regulated. So we'll put whatever we want in as well. We use nylon fibers. We do not use fiberglass, but I'm serious when I tell you other companies do, and it's a serious thing. And that's fiberglass is very common with lip plumpers as well, because it actually goes in and cuts your lip open, and that's what plumps up your lips. So just remembering other products, like it's crazy. I didn't know that. I know, when I dove into different products and different ingredients, I started really getting educated on that, and I want to educate my clients the best as well. And that's one of the reasons too why I fell in love with Modus, because of the backing they have and the testing they do on all their products and the science behind it. Everything is tested and assured that it is going to be awesome for every single client that I have and the whole company as a whole. So that's something I would look into, the ingredients. I've watched a lot of documentaries on different ingredients and in different countries, just different things. So it's eye-opening. I would watch that if you haven't. It will definitely make you change the way you buy your makeup and where you buy it from. But definitely find a place that you know, if you're, no matter what makeup line you're using, that you trust the person you're getting it from, and that they understand what they're also recommending you. That goes for anything really, skincare, wellness, makeup, all of it. Really do your research, and it's like anything, our health, our wealth, our makeup, all of it. Do your research, and you take advice from those that you trust, but also do your research too. So I always think that's such a big thing as well. And I know the Fiber Lush mascara is on sale, 2 of them for, I think, I'm going to say the price wrong, $36, I believe, for 2. I hope I'm saying that right. I think so. But you almost get one free, which is really cool right now. Yes. So that is a great deal if you want to try it.
It's so worth it. Especially getting that added length without wearing false lashes.
See, I have it on now.
It's very
just the mascara.
It's great.
Yeah, so I love that. And the other thing with those double ones, you can give one away as a gift. Keep one for yourself and give one away. So it's perfect for Christmas time, if you ask me. The last and final, or no, the second to last step, I almost missed the last one, is lips. And I thought it would be fun. So I just ordered a bunch of new lip colors, but I am wearing one of my tried and true areas too, my favorite ones. And I can grab you the container that the other one is in.
Oh, thanks.
I don't have Daddy's Girl in his out, but here's the container that it's in. So it looks like that. But
mine.
yes, so that's my other favorite.
My go-to, my favorite, mine ran out so fast because I recommended to so many people.
That's actually
the
not
one
the
in my
same color.
kit.
That's the She's a Doll. Because I ran out of Daddy's Girl too. I just
this is
reordered
what
it.
it looks. I mean,
Yes.
not the right shade, I guess.
But it's the same container. So the Maven's
Yes.
mattes, I love this because it's creamy, but it sets matte, like you can see, but it doesn't dry out your lips.
Oh my gosh, I love matte lipstick, but the downfall was that it was so drying. Like your lips would be brittle and
It's like cracked.
Yes, and you're wearing lipstick, so you could tell, you know. But with this brand, which is the Maven's Matte, it's very moisturizing. It does not dry your lips out at all. You can wear it all day, no drying. It's amazing. Definitely my favorite. It's a go-to. I recommend it to,
Yeah,
especially the color. I feel like it works for
it looks
a lot
good
of
on
people.
everybody.
Natural, but it doesn't wash you out. This one, She's a Doll. That one's, it's close to this shade, but it's a little lighter. It's a little more pink. So you do have to be careful with whomever wears that one because it can wash someone
That
out.
one, I bet you it looks really good on you.
I don't know.
See, I feel like that one is a little bit too light on me, but I sometimes will wear it. But I like others better.
But I like
Daddy's Girl is a go-to lip color. Every time I recommend a shade and people are like, I don't know which one, I want a matte color, that is it 100% of the time.
Yes, or this one, and then Reveal Me. That one's a little darker than the one I'm wearing. It's a little more brown. Not as pink, but I also like that. I like that one too.
I've done that for bridals a lot. Now, if you're me and like a little bit of glow, as you can see, I love mattes. I will wear matte lips all the time. But right now, for some reason, I'm into like more like glowy. Obviously, I'm talking about that glowy or dewy. But I love these velvet lipsticks. So this is XOXO. I feel like Gossip Girl, if you guys watch that, no. And it's a similar shade of Daddy's Girl, but it's going to be kind of it's not a glossy lip color, as you can tell, but it's not matte. It's velvet. It's like this
subtle shimmer.
Yes, I love it. So the velvet shades are awesome. They come in all these like really nice nude colors, neutral colors.
I have all of them.
They look so good on almost everybody as well. This XOXO is a go-to. I think this is a perfect color for going into fall. And for people that just want something that's a little more moisturizing. I mean, the mattes are still, they're not going to be drying or anything like that, but sometimes some people want a little bit more moisture, and this is the velvets I really love. The other thing,
the collagen core, I like those.
Oh, those are nice too, yeah. The other thing I love to do is, let me just get a Q-tip here, is use, sometimes if I want to like go all out and really shimmer it up, I like to use this lip illusion. So it can go over, and it can be worn by itself or go over any color. I'm just going to
and it's just like a clear gloss
on here.
really.
I love this. I'll show you
gloss.
the difference. I just have a Q-tip here. So these are my personal.
Look at all the fuzz.
I know. I just didn't have a other one handy, so we're gonna use this. But as you can see, it's kind of matte, not too shimmery, but then you put this on, and it just offers it a little bit of sheen. I didn't even put on a lot, but it just gives it that little bit. Sometimes I even like just popping it right in the middle and then blotting it a little, and just gives it kind of a little bit of shimmer. Nothing too crazy. You could add more. You can wear it by itself or with a lip color. Difference. Yeah, I like it a lot.
More shimmer.
Just gives it a little bit more glow because I like glow.
Very like, as we've learned.
As we know tonight. But yeah, that's my favorite one. I just ordered a bunch of new lip colors, so I feel like I'm gonna have to do a lip webinar soon to show. I'm
Oh,
obsessed
that
with
sounds
lips.
fun.
I feel like Sydney would be one to bring on for lips.
We're gonna have to have models.
Yes,
Like this is this.
that's true. I know there's a lot of new colors.
If
I just
anyone
ordered
wants to be a model.
a bunch. So we'll be back on with showing more lip colors, but these are the tried and true we love. We've been using on bridal parties and clients every day, all day. So this is what we love. Now the last step, like I said before, this is the last and final step. Then we can answer any questions if you guys have any. So feel free to start putting them in the chat, and then we can get to those. I will double check them before we end here tonight. But the last step is setting. This is so important. This is your insurance policy to your makeup application.
10 years younger or No More Shine.
Yes.
Those are the two different ones.
The two I love. So No More Shine, I usually use because I am a little bit more oily, but the 10 years younger.
I have that on right now.
Everybody loves this one because of its name, 10 years younger, because they're like, can you just make me 10 years younger? So everybody I do this on, they love it. But really you can actually use this and get it to the point if you use enough of it to make it waterproof.
It's
crazy.
I actually do that about 4 different times throughout a look. So when I would finish, like the whole face, and then I will spritz that a few times, and then I'll do, like the brows or the eyes, and then I'll do it again, and then,
Yeah, I love it.
I feel like it's really important, especially if you're doing makeup, you want it to last. I feel like if you're doing makeup, you should have a setting spray.
Yes.
For sure. It makes a difference.
It does. And definitely with the masks wearing, if we're taking masks on and off,
yes.
it's going to help
keep the
makeup on.
It does. It's crazy because after I would take a mask off, I'm like, there's really nothing like taken off.
Yeah. I take my mask off and it still looks, yeah,
it's weird.
It still looks good. I personally, everybody's a little bit different with the masks wearing. I still wear a full face of makeup, and it's because I feel as though my skin needs some hydration. So I do all my skincare, and then I do apply a very light foundation in this area because I like to have a little bit of a barrier between the mask and my face. But with that being said, be sure what you're using for foundation, your skin can breathe through. So I don't recommend this for every foundation or anything out there, but I do feel like I like a little bit of a barrier. I don't know if you feel different, but I like a little bit of that barrier, but I also feel like you need to make sure you're using something your skin can breathe through it, because we're wearing makeup more so than we're not, a lot of us. Throughout the day, we're awake more than we're sleeping. So the only time a lot of us take our makeup off is when we go to sleep. So just know that what you're putting on your skin, if you're wearing it that often and that much, you want to wear something that your skin can breathe through, that, is going to be healthy and help your skin heal, than actually, clog your pores and do all of that. But the two main reasons your makeup doesn't stay on, it's either that you have really dry skin and it peels off, or that your skin is too oily and it will
not doing your skin prep,
and it will come off because it's too oily. These two settings are going to help. The No More Shine and the 10 years younger help with finalize that. After you've done all the skincare and everything, it's going to help if you have more drier skin, keep it hydrated throughout the day, or if you have oilier skin, to keep it shine free and matte more so throughout the day. But yeah, I use the No More Shine setting spray when I did a wedding in Mexico years ago, and I put it to the test, and everyone at the end of the night could not believe. It was humid, 90 degrees. They couldn't believe their makeup was still on. It was incredible. So it was really cool. And I had my fingers crossed, because it was, I had just worked with a line maybe just a year or two, and I was hoping, I'm like, okay, let's hope this works. And it did, it pulled through. So that was awesome. But I want to jump on here and just see if anybody has any questions. I got one here. What's the best type of brush to use with the full coverage photo finish powder? What I used before came with an applicator. So there is a powder that's a full coverage photo finish powder. I don't have, yes, I do too. So I don't, and then grab the flat top one and then the other one as well. That's a little bit dirty. So there's, that one. Yep. And then the other one that's at the very end. Nope, one more. Yep. It's got my powder on it. So what I like to say with brushes, and it doesn't matter what product you're using, but when it comes to brushes, the more dense and compact the brush is, the more coverage you're going to get with that product and that brush. The more loose the brush is, or the more, fluffy it is, the less coverage you're going to get. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for coverage wise. And I love the photo finish powder because of the ability to make it very full coverage or not as much. You could even go in with a full, if you want a really full coverage, you could go in with a damp beauty blender and even use the photo finish powder that way as well and dab it in like a sponge. Bree said this is the one you like to use.
So I'm glad you asked this question because I always use the HD powder. Okay. And when I apply it, you don't want to brush it. Weirdly enough, you want to like dab it in, because when you have liquid foundation and you're putting that first layer of powder, you can actually like smudge your foundation. So it's not a soft look, if this makes sense. So you want to dab it in and you don't want to blend it or brush it at all. Like you're really just dabbing.
Just said it. That's what I do too. Definitely with that. And then with like, let's say you're just using like a powder and no liquid underneath, like you just use a powder.
Well, then you totally can.
But I would say if you're using just a powder and you want a more heavier coverage, which I'm guessing you probably maybe do because you're just using a powder, you don't want it super heavy, but you want enough coverage. I would use, you can use a kabuki brush, which I don't have, but those are the more dense, or a flat top brush that's more compact even than this. This is another one I like to use to set powder with, but you can kind of dab that in. And this one's more dense and the bristles are going to be tighter together and there's going to be more bristles. So hopefully that answers your question too.
If you're just using powder, I would definitely still make sure you are using a primer for it to stick.
Yes.
Stick on there.
Yes. Highly recommend priming, no matter what foundation you're using, if it's powder or liquid, prime and set. Yes. Is the way to go. Black shadow is eyeliner. Oh, I've used black eyeshadow as eyeliner on lower eye and works great. Yes, I do that all the time.
Looks like you have that. Okay, maybe it's just.
No, I did the gel underneath. I know I did something different,
but
like
the same idea of where
I do use you can make any eyeshadow eyeliner. And what I love to do is you can either dampen I would use that eyeliner brush, that little,
spray it with
spray it with setting spray if you really want it to last. With water, it's going to make it a little bit pigmented, but it won't make it last quite as long. The 10 years younger, if you spray that brush first and dip it into the eyeshadow and then apply it underneath or even on top, you're going to get a longer lasting eyeliner made out of eyeshadow, which is
especially with like a shimmer lid. To make it really pop, I do sometimes use the setting spray.
If you want the eyeshadow,
dampen it.
If you want the eyeshadow, if it's shimmer, if it's a bright color, anything, if you want it to even be more pigmented, more bright, more, to show it off.
Even though it already is. Like I'm saying, it's very rare.
But dampen the brush I would say with the setting spray for sure. If you don't have it, you can use water. It just won't be you won't have as long of longevity with it, but I would definitely use the 10 years younger setting spray. You're going to get really awesome set and pigment with that as well. So thank you guys. I'm just going to jump through here and see if there's any other questions. It looks like you guys were just having so much fun in the chat. I love this so much. This is so exciting. Yes, all the palettes. This is so cool, you guys. So feel free, we'll stay on for just a few more minutes. If you have any other questions, shoot them in the chat. This was so much fun. Complete love it. Yes, I love that. So I thank you guys so much for joining. I love coming on here and educating. That's really what I love to do at Starstruck Artistry. I know you guys like to do it at Wellness 360, and I'm so glad you could come on tonight. So I thank you so much. This will be recorded, so hopefully I can get this on YouTube and on Facebook as well, so you guys can rewatch it. I will send out a list of all the products we chatted about, but feel free if you have any questions about anything to book an appointment or talk to the person who invited you to watch, and we can get all your questions answered as well. But thank you guys so much for joining in and sticking around with us as well. So we went almost a little over an hour, so that's good. I tried to keep it within an hour, but there's so much great information as well. But we're always
I hope it was explained well enough.
Yes, if you guys have if you ever have any ideas of what you want to see next, of what we want to do, I've done all about eyes. We can do lips, anything when it comes to makeup. I'll be doing all different educational pieces. This was just kind of a fun one before the holidays to include so much in a little, in little time, but it'll kind of give you some tips on what products to get, what techniques to use, What brushes do you use even? So thank you for asking that question.
Yeah, I
know, I didn't think about
that.
Brushes and tools are very important when it comes to the products as well. I think if you have good products and good brushes, that's awesome. And if you can, I mean, we've talked about a lot of different things, but like I said, if you can take one or two things tonight, implement them into your daily routine or add to what you already do, that is all we ask, is just try something new, try a new color, try a new lip color, try a new eyeshadow. Right now the eyes are big because we're wearing the mask, so try something new and check it out.
Eyebrows.
And eyebrows, yes. Eyebrows
if you need a wax.
Yes, wax. Yep, I need to talk to you after we get off this. I have to schedule mine. So I love it so much. This is so awesome. So thank you again for coming.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yes, it's been so fun. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
This is so fun. So thank you guys for joining in, and feel free to reach out to either one of us with any questions. We'd be happy to help in any way we can. These are always so fun for us. So thank you again, and feel free, if you do not follow us on social media, follow me on Starstruck Artistry LLC on Instagram and Facebook. And wellness, do you know what?
Mine is quella.aesthetics.
Yes, I will put that in on YouTube in the chat as well. So awesome. Maybe if we'll just type it in here. Oops, I don't know if I can. I'll type it. Do you want to type that in? Because I don't know if I'll spell it right. But yeah, follow both of us on social media and Wellness 360 as well. That's where Bree works right outside of. Yes. And then you will get,
I am inside Wellness 360. So if there's any confusion.
Perfect. So make sure to follow on there, and so exciting. Thank you again all. So reach out.
Thank you for listening to us ramble.
Still rambling. So I will let you guys go and have a wonderful night, but enjoy it. Enjoy the nice weather we have here in Wisconsin. Hopefully we have a few more days of it, but thank you again and have a wonderful night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.